So we got 28 orders going out, totaling $821 in sales in the past 24 hours. Let's get right into it. All right, so today we're going to be packing and pulling some basic bread and butter items, and also I'm going to be including last month's numbers in today's video and going over some of the best items that we sold last month. We did about $14,000 in sales for the month of January, selling about 601 items. Average sale price was about $24 per item, selling men's and women's pre-owned clothing. All right, so the first item that sold were these women's Converse, size 11, sold for $15 plus shipping. All right, so we have a bulk order going out here. 2 men's Nautica sweaters, plus these vintage jockey men's briefs that are vintage, made in 2000. Don't know if you could see that there. But yeah, so some vintage underwear, 2 Nautica sweaters, sold for $150 plus shipping. One thing that has been super helpful for me is having this second phone. I just have a Samsung Galaxy S9 with a lanyard on it for packing and pulling orders. It just helps keep my personal phone separate for personal use and a business phone for pulling orders and taking photos as well. Do you guys kind of have the same method? This lanyard helps save my neck and helps save from having to lose the phone and find the phone, just having it wrap around your neck so you know where it is at all times. These Calvin Klein men's pants sold for $15 plus shipping. These are just some men's Kenneth Cole wool chino pants, sold for $25 plus shipping. Why I love this inventory system so much is it helps me save time when I'm packing and pulling orders. So these 2 orders came in, an Under Armour shirt and a women's button-up. So it's this simple, you know, 12121. This, actually it's a boy's Under Armour shirt with the Iron Man logo, sold for $14 plus shipping. And then we have a women's Old Navy New Tags button-up shirt, sold for $9 plus shipping. So just really helping save time is key for me. You know, I don't have a lot of time to spend picking and pulling orders through bins or through other methods, but doing this type of sequential numerical system really helps save time and also doesn't take up too much space. So if you're looking to get into that system, you could check out this video here, and it goes over more in detail on, you know, the system that I use for storing 5,000 plus items to sell on eBay. And then I take the orders that I've pulled and they get brought to this long box here, and they go in order as they come in on eBay. So when I am at my bulk shipping page on eBay, I know that I could just go down the line when I'm pulling the orders, and I know that they're in order. So I triple check, quadruple check, just to make sure that the item that I'm packing is going to the correct address. Because the worst thing that can happen is you sending items to the wrong address, and it only takes one wrong item to mess up, then it knocks out your whole order. So what do you guys do when you're shipping 20, 30, 40 plus items a day? Are you hitting up the bulk shipping screen? I know some people use pirate ship and some people use individual shipping. So what are your methods when you're doing your shipping? How are you going about that process so you limit mistakes? Love reselling this brand Guess. These are some men's Guess denim jeans, sold for $64 plus shipping. All right, so now that this first box is full, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a second box so we continue to pack and pull orders. Wow! Another pair of Guess jeans sold for $28 plus shipping. Always picking up this brand whenever I see it. I just love selling their jeans, and good, decent quality brand. Here's the tag. And also some people have been reaching out and saying, hey, do I have a pair of Levi's that are vintage? Well, I'm gonna show you how to tell, easy way to check if you have some vintage Levi's. So on the back side of your Levi's, there should be something called this tag here, and that is called the care tag right there. So I'm gonna show you, you just flip it over. You know, you're gonna see the model number 560 and the size and the type. And then you're gonna flip it over and there's a bunch of these numbers here. So how can I tell if these are vintage? Right here is the model number 36560, and then right above it is the date. So you see 0100, this refers to January in the year 2000 these were produced. So if you take this care tag right here and just flip it over, you can tell because Levi's put their date on all of their care tags, so you could check it out. Also, another good indicator is this paper tag. If the tag is more paper feeling, then you most likely have a pair of Levi's that were produced 20 plus years ago. But not always an indicator, but always good to check these numbers back here just to be sure, you know, what was the actual date of manufacture. So just be sure to check your Levi's and see if you have a pair of vintage. So I love selling Levi's, and these Levi's 514s sold for $28 plus shipping. I just pick them up. Modern day Levi's, vintage Levi's, it don't matter. I know it's a saturated category, but if I'm paying $1 to $2 per item, I'm happy to sit on it for 6 months if I need to be able to turn $1 into 20 plus after fees. I'm happy with that. All right, so we're looking for a Calvin Klein shirt here. Nope. We are all the way in the back. This Calvin Klein shirt sold for $11 plus shipping. Just really basic brands, you know, nothing really too crazy, right? All these brands I'm picking up for anywhere between $1 to $2, sometimes less. This is a men's wool Eddie Bauer sweater, sold for $23 plus shipping. All right, so we're looking for a Billabong men's jacket that I was able to fit surprisingly in a box. So 7296. Okay, right here we go. So new with tags, soft shell Billabong men's jacket sold for $20 plus shipping. So I'm wondering how sales have been going for you guys. Are you seeing an increase in sales at the start of Q1, or are you seeing a slowdown? So we sold this Tech Gear women's shirt, 11816. So we are all the way. It's the last one back here. All right, we got it. So this sold for $11 plus shipping. You know, eBay can be a challenge and it can be a grind, especially if you're a beginner and you're just starting out. You can check out the link in the description where I offer eBay coaching. Right now there's a 7-day free trial. Join for free, and I can review your store. You can download the reseller spreadsheet, and as well as the top 50 brands that I resell on eBay. And you can just cancel on day 6. You know, I'd love to work with you and help bring value to you because I know eBay can be a challenge. So link in the description down below, 7 days for free, and I can work with you and help you get on track. And like I said, you can just cancel. Or if you want to continue your eBay growth, it's just $1 a day after that, and I'll continue to help put a plan in place similar to the one that helped me generate $178,000 in sales on eBay selling pre-owned men's and women's clothing. So I'd love to see you there, love to work with you, and love to bring value to you. All right, so now that we've filled up 2 rows of orders, we're gonna add in our 3rd box. All right, so I love bulk orders, and that just comes with picking up similar items time and time again. You know, nothing special. It's like an Adidas t-shirt, some sweatpants, a Carhartt shirt. All that was a bundle order, was able to give a pretty good discount to the end buyer. Sold for $40 plus $14 shipping. All right, so we're looking to grab some underwear that sold, and this came from that storage unit buyout. Let's see, 9984. Not that, so 9984. All right. Here we go. So these underwear by the brand Papi sold for $34 plus shipping. Let's double check that. Whoops, sorry about your order. So we got, yeah, $34.97 for 15 pieces of Papi underwear. But, you know, just happy to, you know, I don't sell that underwear, but it was part of a bulk buyout, so they do have pretty decent value. Got most of it listed, and hey, happy to turn a couple dollars into 30. All right, so one of the last orders that came in were these Kenneth Cole jeans, sold for $20 plus shipping. And now let's get into the sales for last month, see what items did sell. I'm gonna be choosing maybe 5 items that sold for the highest price. So maybe next time you go out sourcing, maybe you can find those items as well. Let's jump right into the computer. All right, so first, right off the bat, I want to take a look at my January transaction report to see how much profit we made and how much we paid in fees. So let's pull that up right here and let's take a look. So we had about $12,299 $12,299 in orders minus fees, and then we had about $4,000 in shipping expenses. So it's putting us around $8,200 in profit before cost of goods and before taxes. So we're probably sitting anywhere between $600 and $6,500 after factoring in at least the cost of goods. I'm spending anywhere between $500 to $1,000 every month on product, and after that, you got to account for tax and just make sure that you're keeping track of your numbers, which it is helpful if you are a beginner reseller to be having some type of spreadsheet or even just something a Google document to where you could at least track your cost of goods and monitor how much you're spending even on supplies and so forth, which is why I have a separate business account for my credit card to be able to use that as any expenses that come along the way. Just helps keep track of your taxes and all of that when it comes due. $14,000 in sales for last month before fees and before tax and before shipping. And we sold about 601 items. About $23.21 per item was the average sale price. And, the start of January, I would say the first 2 weeks of January were a lot slower for our business. I believe our highest month gross was about $30,000 in sales in November. But if you watch previous videos, we had moved during that time. So I had just kind of, put things on pause on the eBay business. But my reasoning for seeing a decline in January was that I'm just not listing new with tag items anymore. I bought those storage units back in June, and that got me till about end of September to start listing back pre-owned clothing. So obviously, if I'm not being active in those new with tag category, those sales are gonna suffer. So I still have a lot of new with tag items, but since I'm not listing more of those items, I'm just not going to see the sales like we used to. And this was expected, and I had planned for this, which is why I'm starting to buy more in bulk so I can be able to find the items that I really want to find that can have that higher average sale price. The transition is really begun with a volume store, and that's where we're going to be going forward in this business. All right, so let's jump into the top sales that we did last month. All right, so let's jump into the top sales that we did last month. I chose 5 items to choose, and maybe, when you go out sourcing, you can find these items as well. The first one is the brand called Two Boot New York. These were some men's boots, the Adam Derrick version. They're just some lace-up leather boots. So best offer accepted. I believe I took an offer of like $175. Just really trying to get these boots moving out of here. Brand new, they were $170, so I was happy to get at least maybe $170, $180 for them. And that's kind of like what the box looks for, and that's what the logo looks like on the inside of the boots as well. So new with box, new with tags. And if you ever find this brand Two Boot New York, you might want to pick it up. All right, so the next brand is Marmot. You may be familiar with this brand, but this one in particular was Gore-Tex and was the model Selkirk. So this was new with tags and sold for $300 plus shipping. Obviously, most of Marmot's soft shell jackets don't sell for anywhere near that. This was a discontinued model. So here's kind of the tag info here. There's a size medium, blue, soft shell, nylon, made in China, not vintage, but it was a discontinued model. You could see that the original buyer paid $339. So I love Marmot. It doesn't need to be this model. I'll pick it up anyways. Very cool. Has the Gore-Tex right there symbol. And let's see, I listed this on the 30th of September and it sold last month for $300. So 4 months to sell, that's pretty good for me. I don't mind that. I don't mind, in this case, waiting to make that full sale because it's more of a rare item for me. So the next item is G-Star. G-Star Raw, one of my favorite brands to be reselling, and a brand that you can add to your brand list if you're able to find it out there. Not the fastest sell-through rate. I listed this on October 21st, sold last month, and sold for a best offer. I had it at $179. I probably took an offer of maybe $115 or $100. So that's kind of what the logo looks like there. G-Star extra large, and there's kind of the front patch there. It's just a canvas jacket. Ripstop cotton, very cool brand. You know, that has really good resale value. Their jeans, their men's jackets, pretty much anything with the label G-Star is going to be a pickup. Next brand, and you definitely want to add this to your list, is Belstaff. Belstaff makes high-end men's luxury apparel. So this is just a regular hoodie, kind of has like an acid wash to it, full zip, sold for $150 plus shipping. So here's kind of the patch there. If you could find it, that would be a really nice sale. So listed that on January 2nd of this year and sold within weeks. So that's a definitely brand to be on the lookout for and putting on your brand list. This wasn't vintage or anything, but it was new with tags. Even pre-owned, this is a great brand to be picking up. Hugo Boss, you might be familiar with this brand. This is an awesome brand. These boots, Chelsea boots, sold for $149 best offer. So I probably took an offer between $100 to $115, and yeah, listed them October 15th and sold a couple months later. Happy with that. These are just some wingtip leather boots. And let's see what the original price was $219. So going back to discussing most of these items came from bulk storage unit buyouts. So that is kind of why I'm starting to transfer my business into more of a volume-based business, lowering my cost of goods to less than $1 and buying bulk, 5 to 7 to 10,000 pieces per month, so I can extract 1,500 quality items out of that bulk amount to be able to resell on eBay. So if you're wanting to know a little bit more about what is selling in our eBay store and the types of items we're picking up and what they're selling for, you can check out this video here where it goes more in detail into the processes that we use to source items and what we list them for and what the net profit is after they sell. So I hope you all have a blessed day and take care.